Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands. Salam Media. Humanity sets the agenda.
Penny Appeal Love Palestine campaign. Let us stand in solidarity and create an awareness of the plight of the people of Palestine. Support our initiative in providing medical assistance and food security. Donate towards our urgent appeal with your zakat, sadaqah or lillah. Visit our website www.pennyappeal.org.za or call 031 1100 573. Penny Appeal Love Palestine. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
With Delight's range of cooking oil, spreads, rice and maize meal, you'll be dishing out the most delightful dishes every day. Delight. Try it today. Delight is delightful.
Once again, Maulana Timol will be doing the annual Qurbani. Many people in the villages live well below the poverty line and only eat meat on the days of Eid al-Adha. Support this cause at 1,785 Rand for 7 shares or 255 Rand per share. Contact Maulana Timol, Maulana Sajjad, Maulana Hamad or Maulana Abbad on 011 852 6324 or 8613. or 072-299-9268. All slaughtering will be supervised by a team of ulama. Visit www.operationqurbani.org.za.
Salam Media, a global voice for humanity.
Welcome back to Salam Media. It is 38 minutes past 8 this evening. I'm your host, Thaakir Dawood, taking you through for the rest of the evening. It's been a jam-packed evening thus far, chatting to Len Moleko, giving us a breakdown on what's currently happening in the Glad Africa promotion relegation battle. Teams wanting to come up into the Premier League. However, it is a bit of a struggle with the legal battle going on. So hopefully that can come to an end and the boys can play. Enjoy their football. Decide whether they're playing in the Glad Africa or in the DStv Premiership. I'm not complaining. Right after that, we just played back an interview I done late last year with Munib Josephs, the former Bafana goalkeeper. He shared a bit of his story, quite in depth, very heart-warming and motivational. Quite inspirational indeed. He is currently doing an amazing job with Amazulu. If you've been following football lately, you've seen that Benny McCarthy, the head coach, won the coach of the season quite a few games in. And yeah, quite interesting times. Looking forward to seeing what Amazulu has to offer in the season to come, but I'm quite impressed with Munib Joseph's stories. So phenomenal, so heartwarming. For those of you that missed it, it is on Salam Media's social media platforms. You can catch the full interview. Interact with us. Tell us what you think. What's your predictions on the games coming up this weekend in the Euro 2020? Is quite an interesting weekend of football fixtures. What a better way to curb the spread of COVID-19 than staying indoors and watching football. Come on, guys. The third wave is on the rise in Johannesburg. Gauteng has seen spikes that has forced organizations, people to take drastic measures in order to curb the spread of this virus. And let's hope that we can all do our part in order to fighting this virus and overcoming this pandemic. But talking about phenomenal, inspirational and motivational stories. Right now, I'm going to be joined by Garreth Ewing, the head coach of the SA national hockey team. They have qualified for the Olympics and they are on their way to Tokyo. Gareth, good evening. Thank you so much for joining me on Salam Media this evening. It's such a pleasure having you on the show.
No problem. Thank you very much for having us.
Gareth, I mean, it's been quite a hectic year thus far with everything happening, and even with regards to your team. Are you guys finally settled in? Has it sunk in that you're heading through to the Olympic Games?
Yeah, I think we're finally realizing that we're on our way almost. We're on a training camp in Foch at the moment, and the first time we've been together as a group for quite some time, and we're all really excited.
Now, I'm sure the rest of Africa is following quite closely. Gareth, last year, or let's say earlier this year, we had your captain, Rassie Pieterse, chatting to us about the Olympic dream. They were looking to raise some funds for the hockey team to get to the Olympic. Did you guys manage to raise all those funds to get the Olympic Games, or did you get some assistance from government and other platforms that were open to you guys?
So all of that fundraising was for our preparation. Fortunately, the travel costs and all the expenses for Tokyo are being covered by us. But our fundraising and our crowdfund has gone really well. We haven't hit our targets of 3.5 million yet, but we've done really well. We've had some really good conversations about how we're doing and what our predicament is.
No, that's phenomenal. And I know that it takes so much time and preparation to prepare for a tournament like this. And if we look at it, to get a team to perform at a high performance level in order to compete with the rest of the world, in everything that's at the disposal, and let's say everything that's to the best of quality. And I mean, I'm glad that the South African public could come out and assist and help you guys prepare for the Olympic Games. Rassie, we've got just over a month to the Olympics. What are some of the targets that your team has set heading into this competition?
So we're ranked 13 in the world at the moment, which puts us second lowest ranked at the tournament. In terms of our objectives, we really want to get out of the pool and into the knockout phases. We do believe that's doable, even though it'll be a big challenge. And after that, anything can happen. So that's the objective we set for ourselves.
No, interesting. And in terms of preparation, how's things been going? Have you been reaching those goals and targets that you've been setting for yourself to meet in training, so that by the time competition comes, it's, let's say, clockwork for your team?
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever be clockwork, just in terms of the amount of time we actually get to spend together. But yeah, we're positive about our physical preparation at the moment, and the guys technically have done a lot of work over the last 6 months. So it's all about tying down our tactical processes over the next few weeks, and not reinventing the wheel, but emphasizing our strengths.
I'm glad you brought that up, not reinventing the wheel. Recently, we've seen so many sports teams do things differently in order to get a result, or a different result for that matter. But I'm glad you brought that up. What are some of the things that you've been going through the motions? If you want to run us through what a normal day in your schedule looks like building up to the Olympics.
So fortunately, being on camp at the moment, we're actually able to spend a virtually unlimited time on the turf training. So it's been fantastic for me to see the guys out on the Astro taking their own time to work through some stuff together, going for walks in the morning, having some visualization, getting ready for the day, and just spending time together, obviously socially distanced. But it's just really, really encouraging at the moment to watch video, see our progress and compete against some invitational sides.
Nice. We're certainly excited. Definitely are excited. We've been seeing the build up to the Olympic Games and the kit launch and everything. It's quite interesting. From your side, has there been any standout players that South African public should look out for? What do you think we can be expecting? Any key players in your team that would be leading your team into this tournament?
I'm really happy with my overall selection. I think it's a balanced team. I think two guys to really keep an eye out for because they're always so exciting to watch and such young talent is the Kasim brothers, Mustafa and Dayan. I really think they're worth watching.
Definitely. I've certainly watched a couple of Dayan's videos that he's been putting up online, and I've actually become quite a fan of our national hockey team. I'm proud to say it, rather late than never. I've never been exposed so much to hockey until I've come across the Kasim brothers and also another phenomenal junior girl, Malika Hamza, that's been making waves in the social media world and also just all over the sporting fraternity. Gareth, I'll leave you with this question. With hockey growing at this exponential rate in our country and the quality players that we're producing, what are we doing right in this country?
Well, I think the fact we have so many people who actually just want to get out and play the game. For me, that's really exciting and really encouraging. And we have this amazing hockey community who love the sport. And I think if they can continue to put pressure in terms of finding sponsorship and media coverage, then the sport can only grow from strength to strength.
No, definitely. You spoke about sponsorship and media coverage, and with you heading through to the Olympics and so much being done for the hockey team in terms of media exposure, has this increased the value of the brand over the years?
I really think so. We're such a good value proposition. We're very close to our community. We're very accessible as a team, and I really think that the right firm who comes on board to support us will really get good value for money.
It's so nice talking to a coach that's been through everything with the hockey team, where we can ask such sport-related questions and such business-related questions as well. Gareth, now let's I'm sure there's business people that's tuned in and listening. And if you are, get in contact with Gareth, get in contact with the hockey team, and let's make this journey comfortable for them so that they can go out there and represent our country and bring back silverware. It's been a while. Gareth, I mean, looking at this, and we spoke about the value of the team for potential sponsors and everybody that's listening to the show out there, what are some of the return on investment that they could see if they directly invest into you, the same way your fans are investing into you?
I think really a diverse population of hockey players who cover all demographics, both financially and in other terms, and a really good opportunity to be part of a sport that is hugely participation based across all age groups, and a really good opportunity to interact with staff and with players and with a community who is passionate about their sport and passionate about people who support hockey.
That is so important. And I think that we're definitely on the right track, because it's let's say the sport has gained a member. When it comes to me, I haven't followed hockey for the longest time, and slowly getting into it, and it just becomes so intriguing and so intense. Looking at your fixtures for the Olympic Games, Gareth, the other teams that will be participating will be playing earlier that day. You've got a late match on the opening day, which is the 24th of July. You're going to be taking on Great Britain. What do you make of that fixture?
Well, look, Great Britain just had a fantastic Euro tournament, just missing out on a medal there, but getting the automatic qualification for the World Cup. So obviously a very good side in the top 5 in the world, and it's going to be a huge challenge. A team we've competed well with in the past, so we're looking forward to it, not taking anything for granted, but looking forward to competing at a high level.
And if you look at some of Great Britain's strengths and possibly their weaknesses, how are we looking to counter that from a South African perspective and neutralize their strong points so that we could get a victory over them?
So I think every game we go into, we understand that we need to be defensively strong. I think the Great Britain team bring a lot of physicality, which is not something we shy away from, and it will be interesting to see us compete. And we're just going to make sure that we get our plans in place. We're busy working through our video now to make sure we know exactly what we need to do, and we'll be ready on the day.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to that from a South African perspective, and definitely looking forward to chatting to you close to time, hearing how things are going in camp, getting the lowdown straight from you, Coachy. Really appreciate your time this evening. I know you've got a hectic schedule, but from Salam Media side, from my side, we are truly grateful to have someone of your caliber share so much knowledge and insight into what is happening in a professional hockey camp in
Brilliant, man.
over a month
Yeah.
to the Olympics. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks much. Really appreciate for the chat, and look forward to interacting soon.
No, definitely. It's certainly gonna give us a lot of interesting conversations and insight that will let our viewers and our listeners into what it's like in a professional setup. Coach, thank you so much for your time this evening. I hope you have a good evening further, and all the best for the tournament. But I do trust we'll be chatting soon.
Very much so. Thanks so much.
Always a pleasure. That was Coach Garreth Ewing, the head coach of the SA men's hockey team that will be heading to the Olympics. They're currently in camp in Potchefstroom, and just about 34 days to the games in Tokyo. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited. Are you? What sports are you going to be watching coming in the Olympics? I know my eye's going to be on hockey. Definitely after chatting to Coach about that. And then also I'm going to be looking out for the SA men's sevens team. And always a favorite in South Africa. How can we not follow our track athletes? Well, it's been an interesting show. Once again, another Friday. I hope everybody has a good weekend, a blessed one. Remember to stay safe, sanitize, and also social distance at all times. We have lost so many legends over this past year. And in order for us to beat this pandemic, we need to take precautions. From myself, Thaakir Dawood, and the team at Salam Media, that is it for us on this Friday evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.